All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak, Dash. Double honors to the apostles and the others, the great millstone. And salutations to the brothers out there that are pushing this truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. All right, I'm the brother Shamar Moth from Great Millstone, Miami. Coming to you, Akim, with another quick lesson. Lord's with us. Let's be edifying and straight to the point, man. It serves as a comfort and be of exhortation. All right, to you brothers out there who fear and serve Yahweh Shemal Shah in truth and sincerity, man. All right, the title of this lesson is going to be: Though we are slaves now, we will have our captors as captives soon. All right, and the reason being is because that's just what it is, man. All right, the scriptures tell us, okay, how the Lord, all right, there's a recompense, man, a righteous recompense. Let me get that real quick. Let me start with that. Okay. All right, Second Thessalonians 1:6. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. All right, so it is a righteous thing with the Most High, all right, to give that righteous payback, all right, to those that trouble us, man. Okay, and who are those that trouble us? Psalms 83 tells you that, man. All right, starting with Esau, Edom, all right, Ishmael, Moab, these nations, man, these heathens. Okay, and how are they troubling us? All right, they have us in captivity, man. Okay, as the scriptures tell us in Baruch, the third chapter and 8th verse, um, it tells us, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power." All right, so we are yet this day in our captivity, man. All right. Earlier, I was doing some research, man, on the 13th Amendment. All right, and what I found out was, of course, we know the 13th Amendment. All right, which, you know what, I'm gonna pull it up and read it real quick. Bear with me. All right. Okay. So from what I found on Wikipedia, which Lord's why I put this in the link in the description. All right. The 13th Amendment, okay, was the U.S. United States Constitution. All right, that went into abolishing slavery, all right, slavery. Okay, it was what was it was passed in 1864. Okay, it was passed in 1864, right? But the last state to actually pick up on it was Mississippi in February 2013, man. Okay, look how long of a time gap, all right, before the state of Mississippi actually took that, okay, into full effect. So that means from 2013 and prior to that, there were probably still some Jake out there, all right, still stuck on plantation fields, man, on cotton fields, all right, serving hardcore bondage, man. All right, for brothers that haven't seen that flick Antebellum, that's a good movie to watch. It shows how, you know, it'd be in modern times and still be in slavery on the cotton field and you don't even know it. Your peoples won't know where you at. You'll just show up as a missing person. Okay. Now, something else I found interesting about this 13th Amendment is because as I was looking into it, all right, it was going into how I was looking into what the 13th Amendment was. Okay, and when you look into it, it tells you that the 13th Amendment, it tells you neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall be whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. Okay, so that's what the 13th Amendment was basically what basically was, man. They were supposedly putting away slavery only under the penalty of conviction. Now, this shit crazy because I continued to dig some more, right? I continued to dig some more, and what I found uh, crazy about what I found crazy and interesting was, hold on, I'm trying to pull these up because I was trying to put two and two together. You get what I'm saying? I was trying to figure out, around the time of the 13th Amendment, what was going on in history. You get what I'm saying? Did these Edomites pick up on mass incarceration after it? All right, and things of that nature. So this is from a website called stackers.com, and I'll put this also in the description. I'll just jump straight to the point. Now, this article was going into the history of the U.S. prison system. Okay, which when you go into it, the first U.S. penitentiary opened in Philadelphia in 1790. Okay, the first the first modern prison was in 1829, Eastern State Penitentiary. That was in Philadelphia. All right, now jumping down. Now I want you brothers to pay attention to these dates. Okay. Now the 13th Amendment was basically put into play when 1864, right? Now, according to this website, stackers.com, in 1866, convict leasing becomes widespread. Now, what is convict leasing, you may ask? Now, this is from the pbs.org. All right, convict leasing. All right, it says after the Civil War, the South's economy, society, and government were in shambles. Southern states gathered, Southern state governments struggled to raise money to repair damaged infrastructure and to support new expenses such as universal public education. The prison problem was especially challenging as most prisons had been destroyed during the war. Previously, African American slaves had been subjected uh, to the punishments at the hands of their owners. That was when they were in slavery. All right, so-called slavery, because that abolishment of slavery was just a transfer of power, man. We just went from private owner slaves to public owned slaves. That's all it was. Okay. It goes on. It says with government ineffectiveness and an increase in both white and black lawlessness, the problem of where and how to house convicts was significant. Okay, now I'm finna just I'm gonna keep reading. Silaki, it says initially some states paid private contractors to house and feed the prisoners. Within a few years, states realized they could lease out their convicts to local planters and industrialists who would pay minimum rates for the workers and be responsible for their housing and feeding, thereby eliminating costs and increasing revenue. Soon, markets for convict laborers developed, with entrepreneurs buying and selling convict labor leases. Unlike slavery, employers had only a small capital investment in convict laborers and little incentive to treat them well. Convict laborers were often dismutilated, all right, so like dismally treated, all right, but the convict lease system was highly profitable for the state and the employers. Now, the reason why I bring this out is because this verse right here, I said verse, Salaki, this paragraph, it says, as public sympathy grew towards the plight of the convict laborers, southern states struggled over what to do. The loss of revenues was significant, and the cost of housing was high. Eventually, many southern states stopped leasing out their convict laborers, instead keeping them to work on public projects in chain gangs. All right. Now, who were those convicts that were being leased? Let's go back to the Stacker website. All right. It says 1866 convict leasing becomes widespread. When the Civil War ended in 1865, convict leasing became widespread in southern states. This system allowed prisoners to lease out incarcerated people, mostly black men, to private businesses for a fee, according to PBS. The system helped enrich states and businesses while treating the convicts, the convict laborers, this Mali or Mali, if I pronounce that right. All right. So that's who were being leased out. All right, during this convict leasing era, were black men. Now it got to a point where it was being, like I was talking to the brother lawyer about this earlier. It got to a point, all right, where the private owners realized that they were losing. All right, the government, the state was, paying minimal to them. All right, they had to come out their pockets for housing, come out their pockets for for feeding slaves. So the state just said, you know what, with the outspread cry for sympathy, all right, which we can already put two and two together. It just probably private owners probably just bucking up wanting more, and the states was like probably like fuck that. All right, the states decided to keep the our people in a chain gang, man, and this was literally a year after quote unquote slavery was abolished. Which, when you go into the 13th Amendment, it tells you that the only way slavery was supposed to be out the picture unless, all right, you were convicted. So it was kind of funny how the South went from owning slaves to just imprisoning a lot of Jake, man. Okay. Now the next insert on this website was is from 1871. All right, it says Virginia court deems prisoners what, slaves of the state. But I thought slavery was supposed to be abolished. I thought there was supposed to be no more slavery. Virginia court deems prisoners slaves of the state. Okay. In the 1871 case, Ruffin versus Commonwealth, the Virginia Supreme Court ruled that inmates were slaves of the state who had forfeited nearly all personal rights. That's a slave, okay? It allowed the criminal justice system to deny basic constitutional rights to prisoners for nearly a century, according to process. Okay, and you already know who were those slaves of the state, man. Those were Jakes, man. All right, those were the Negroes, whichever Latinos that were being caught up. All right, and so forth. Now I pulled this website up off of uh ojp.gov, Office of Justice Program. All right. Now it says this. Okay, I'm gonna read this from the abstract. It says, because the effect of the 13th Amendment was not to abolish slavery, but rather limit it to those who had been convicted of a crime. Black slaves newly freed after the Civil War found themselves duly convicted of crimes and in state prisons where they labored without pay. This situation led to the Virginia Supreme Court to remark in a 1871 case, Ruffin versus Commonwealth, that prisoners were slaves of the state. Okay, so boom, and it just continued to go on because we from there went to the civil rights movement, to Jim Crow laws where Jake was just getting snatched up for any little thing. You freaking look at a Edomite with a twitchy look, you get your ass locked up, if not hung, man. Okay, which I was reading another article, man, saying how in the deep south, all right, right after the 13th Amendment, the freaking military that was supposed to be imposing the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th Amendment, they fucking got out of there, man, leaving the South to do what the fuck ever they wanted to do. All right. Now, guess what, man? All right. That's going to turn around, man. That's going to be upon y'all heads, you devils. All right. Because, hey, there's something else I found interesting, man. Around the same time that, the 13th Amendment and all this was happening, a couple of years later, let me see. Let me see. A couple of years later, okay, what ended up happening, man? The beginning of birth certificates, man, in the year 1902. Birth certificates started, man. And not too long after that, Social Security started, man. Which, if I'm not mistaken, the Social Security was actually in play or in thoughts during the time of the 13th Amendment, man. Let me look. On this website. No, never mind. Salakia. That's probably something else I looked up. But yeah, not too long after that, Social Security popped up, man. So it just goes to show, yeah, there you go right there. It says what again, the 13th Amendment was what? 1864, right? 64, 74, 84. That's 20 years. 84, 85, 86, 87. 23 years later, man. All right, 1887 through 1960, these motherfuckers, the quote unquote father of Social Security, was putting Social Security into play, man. That shit crazy, man. And Social Security was to track people, man. Birth certificates was to track the people being born, man. All right. So again, we went from private owners so like we went from privately owned property to publicly owned property, man. We became property of the state, property of the nation, of the government, man. And we are yet this day still in our captivity. So do you really expect I'm speaking to you devils, man. You really expect and you really think the Lord is going to allow you to keep His people under these chains for any longer, man? No. And to the point where you're trying to develop a system where you put something in people's body, all right, to have full control over your slaves, the Lord is not going to allow that to happen, man. Okay? The scriptures tell you that. All right? So, hey, the Lord got a recompense coming. It's gonna be you that's gonna be the slaves, man. All right, we're gonna be trading you off, man. We're gonna be throwing you into pits, man. We're gonna have you in continual employment, man. It's gonna be you devils, man, and just not you devils alone, but the rest of you nations, man. Y'all gonna be our slaves. All right. This is the book of Revelation. And Lord's will, I remember I'll put these links in the description. All right. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. And verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And again, who led the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into captivity? It was you devils, man. All right. Who set up the prison system? All right. The who made who came up with the concept of mass incarceration, man. All right, the what it was just yesterday or this morning, I was watching a video, man, of the three strike rule. All right, mass incarceration, the prison industrial complex, man. Who came up with all this shit, man? It was you devils, man. The convict leasing program. It was you devils, man. Trading us back and forth, man. All right, it was you devils, man. Okay, locking motherfuckers up for a lifetime because it was a second offense. It was you devils, man, just so you could exploit us, man, and continue to use us as the slaves that you see us as. But it's cool. It's cool because right now you're in the rulership position, so you are entitled to have your subjects and your servants, man, and your slaves. That's cool. So don't get mad when the Lord switches things around and we become the kings and the rulers of the earth. We're gonna have you in chains. We're gonna have you as subjects. We're gonna have you as the tributors, man. Because that's another point of proving that we are yet this day in our captivity, man. We pay taxes on everything, man. We pay taxes on everything, man. But pretty soon all that's gonna be done away with, man. All right, and we're gonna be the rulers. All right, under Yahweh Shai. All right, and then you're gonna have to report and bow to us, man. Show us that servitude, man. You're gonna have to build our empire, so like our kingdom, man. Okay, just like we built everything you see in America has been built off the backs of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, man. Off our sweat, blood, and tears, man. And we don't got nothing to show for it. It's cool. You done took our wives, the women that we were not even ours, the children that we have not even ours. They belong to the state. It's cool. When that table turns, don't get butthurt because that's what you get, man. All right, you get what you dish. It's cool, bro. uh, all right. But it says, "He that leadeth, Salakia, tongue tied. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." You're gonna go into captivity, all right. Now from there, I want to jump to Isaiah, okay, the 14th chapter, man. All right, in the second verse, Isaiah 14 in verse 2. It says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place in the house of Israel, shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors," man. So when we get our land, man, when Yahweh Shem Shai, allows us to enter into our rest, Lord's will I be part of that number, and you brothers be a part of that number as well, man. We're gonna take our captors, man, and we're gonna make them captives, man. Okay? We're going to rule over our oppressors, man, as the scriptures tell us in Psalms 149, all right? As the scriptures tell us in Psalm the 149th chapter, all right? And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, let the saints be joyful in their glory, so like in glory, let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. Uh, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. Call Allahim la Bashim al man. All right, we're gonna bind y'all, okay, in chains, man. Your kings, your nobles, your princes, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the J.P. Morgans, okay, the DuPonts, all right, and then the list goes on. All you motherfuckers, man. Every single one of y'all motherfuckers, man, that sit there and have your meetings out there in California, all right, in Bohemian, man. Had them G summit meetings, all the elites. What was the one that just most recently passed with Damn, what's that? What fuck, man? What Klaus Schwab's? I think that nigga name is, man. Fuck the World Economic Forum. All right, all you motherfuckers, man, getting snatched up and chained up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah when Yahweh Shah makes his second appearing, man. Okay. From here, I want to jump to Isaiah the 60th chapter. All right, and this is not far fetched. This is in the scriptures, man. The Lord said, "Whatever comes out of his mouth shall not return unto him void." Yahweh Shemel Shah said, "His counsel shall stand." The Lord is not a man that he should lie, man. All right. All right. These things shall come to pass. All right. The Lord, hey man, the Lord's gonna purpose it and he's gonna make it happen. This is the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, the zeal of Yahweh Shemel Shah shall perform this, man. You niggas going down, man. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, and verse man, I'm gonna start at verse 10. All right. It says, "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee." All right. So you motherfuckers gonna be building up our walls, man. All right. Y'all gonna be building up our walls, man. Okay. Verse 11. Matter of fact, before I go there, let me do this real quick. Salaki, brothers. Salaki, bear with me. Trying to see. This is the preset that's in this ledger. I'm trying to see. All right, grab this real quick. Yep. Come on. All right. Trying to see this correlated. But nonetheless, I'm gonna keep reading. I was trying to see if that uh precept correlated, but I'll keep reading. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 10. It says, "And the son of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For so our gates gonna be open continually, man. That's another reason why you motherfuckers gonna be our slaves, cause who gonna be bringing all that gold in, man? Who gonna be bringing all those spices, man? All right, all those fragrance, all those you know those herbs, those fabrics in. It's gonna be you motherfuckers, man. All right, verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish; yea, those nations shall be utterly waste. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. All right, so all right, for somebody to bow to us, man, that shows servitude. Okay, that shows that's when you're really blessed. Okay, so they're gonna be bowing the knee unto us, man, showing their servitude to us, man. They're gonna be our slaves. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49, and verse 23. It says, "The kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and the queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to the earth with their face towards the Salaki. They shall bow down to thee with their face towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me." All right. So again, man, proving that you nations are going to be our slaves, man. And the reason why that's going to happen is because when you go to Psalms, the second chapter, all right, this is concerning Yahweh Shai. All right, it says what, man? Psalms 2, and I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, "I will declare the decree the Lord Yahweh has said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee." Who was that talking to? I was talking to Yahweh Shai. All right, asking me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Okay, so the Lord Yahweh is going to give these nations, these heathen, all right, to Yahweh Shah as an inheritance. All right, so Yahweh Shah is going to inherit these nations and the whole world as his. Okay, so guess what? Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Japheth, Esau, Elam, them Arabs, man. All right, every nation on this earth is going to be slaves unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man, and unto the nation of Israel, man. And the reason being is because when you go to, well, matter of fact, before I go there, just to show that they really are going to be, slaves to the Lord. For to prove that, let's go to Psalms 72. All right, and when you go to the Psalms, it says the Psalm of Solomon. All right, when you go to the blue letter, it says, dang, what did it say? Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Oh, the reign of a righteous king. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to Psalm 72, and I'm just get straight to point, verse 11. It says, "Yea, all the kings shall fall down before him; all nations shall serve him." Point blank. Period, man. All nations shall serve Yahweh Shai, man. And in Israel in general. Why? Because when you go to Romans, the 8th chapter, all right, Lord's will, I'll be part of that number, man, because shoot, Lord knows, bro. Romans 8, and get straight to the point. It says, verse 17. No, I saw at 16. It says, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we shall suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. So if we join heirs with Yahushua, and the Lord said that he's going to give Yahushua the heathens for an inheritance, and the kings are going to bow themselves to Yahushua and serve him, they're going to bow themselves and serve us, man. We're going to have them as an inheritance as well, man. Yahushua is going to share with his elect, those that stand so stiffly for his name. That's why it's important for us to remain rooted in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, keep our faith up, all right, and stay on the right track, man. All right, the track that pleases Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man, because there is a great benefit that's coming, man. All right, not only are we going to live forever, not only is the law, statutes, and commandments going to be within our inward parts, okay, not only are we going to have new bodies, not only are we going to be able to exude spiritual powers and fly and things of that nature, all right, but we're going to be wealthy, man. We're going to be able to enjoy our children again, man. We're going to be able to enjoy nature. We're going to be able to enjoy our women. We're going to be able to know what real food is, what real water is, what real air feels like going down our windpipes and into our lungs, man. And on top of that, we're going to have slaves, all right? Because kings don't build, all right? All right? Kings don't build all right, the slaves do that, man. Look at Pharaoh, man. You think Pharaoh was out there getting his hands dirty? Nah, he had us doing all that, man. Look at Esau. You think Esau, the elites of this world, is out there getting their hands dirty? No, they got us doing that. All right, so the tables are gonna turn, man. We're gonna be the ones on top. They're gonna be the ones at the bottom, and they're gonna serve. All right, serve us, man. All right. So with that, those were this was edifying. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Chakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone citations to Allah Akim out there pushing his truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. Shalom.